Good day, members of the media. Welcome to a special police media briefing being held jointly with the Commissioner of Prisons, Mr. William Alexander. Hosting the briefing, however, is the Commissioner of Police, Mr. Stephen Williams, where we will address issues surrounding prison officers. Commissioner Williams.
Yeah,
Good evening.
Thank you very much. Commissioner of Prisons will take the lead on this. We will be addressing matters, as you know, events relating to prison officers over recent times. Commissioner of Prison, take the lead.
Good evening to all. The recent murders of two prison officers, namely Richard Sandy and Glenford Gardner, have brought about a sense of disquiet as well as some level of trepidation amongst prison officers and to some extent the wider society. I do understand what our officers are going through at this time, but I want to encourage them not to lose hope, because by so doing, the criminal elements will get the upper hand over our lives and bring more death and destruction to the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. We are in what appears to be our darkest hour, and our country needs us. Officers, do not forget why you choose to become prison officers, which is to protect and save lives. I am bound to say that I have met with the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, the Acting Minister of National Security, the Attorney General, Mr. Al-Rawi, and Mr. Williams, Commissioner of Police. Also the Chief of Defense Staff, in an effort to come up with some strategies to deal with this tragedy that befalls the prison service at this point in time. I must also say that the support that I'm getting from these persons that I've mentioned is tremendous. In the recent past, persons have been making pronouncements on the media, blaming the government and other persons for the plight of prison officers. I want to denounce that and discourage those persons who are making irresponsible statements that they are creating more harm than good to our efforts to deal with the threat that faces several prison officers. This is our country. We have to care for our brothers and sisters and do all in our power to bring about a resolution for the level of criminal behavior in our country. We can only succeed if we unite, if we bring our efforts together, rather than blaming and castigating one another. The criminal element relishes that kind of division. To defeat the enemy, the lawless, criminally minded citizens, we have to stop this divisive behavior. I know we can overcome this. At this present time, the prison is looking forward to burying another officer tomorrow. Wednesday. We mourn the loss of Officer Gardner, who was shot, who was killed at Diego Martin. And it's always a sad occasion when you have to bury an officer. It's a sad occasion when you have to bury any individual that has been part of your life. but we will survive this. God is on our side, and together with the efforts of all the other law enforcement agencies, government ministers, the Minister of National Security, the Attorney General, we will be meeting and discussing and strategizing moves to correct this situation that exists in Trinidad and Tobago. I thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Alexander. Commissioner Williams.
I just wanted to share with you, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, that Trinidad and Tobago Police Service has been working closely with the prison service over the events of the past several weeks. We have experienced several attacks on prison officers, 2 such attacks resulting in murders, but we have had additional attacks. 1 such attack occurred in San Grande Friday night. We have several threats that are made to prison officers. As an organization, the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service is treating every single report of threat to a prison officer as an extremely serious matter. We've given clear directive to all the divisional commanders that they need to treat this as a priority number 1. They have to investigate immediately, and they need to report the outcome of those investigations to the Deputy Commissioner of Crime in a timely manner. We have been pursuing the investigations in relation to the murders. In the particular instance, we have pursued some key suspects. We have done searches, and we are following key leads that we have had. We want to give the prison officers the assurance that we will not be standing aside while they are under attack. Trinidad and Tobago Police Service sees the prison service as part of the family of law enforcement and correction, and we have to be able to team up together to address the criminal elements. In fact, the entire society needs to team up together to address that small grouping of persons who we describe as the criminal elements. We have to be strong, we have to stand up, and as a society, we cannot allow the criminals to win any battle. So I want to give the prison officers, firstly, the assurance Trinidad and Tobago Police Service is fully behind the prison service, giving all the support, and we will be pursuing those investigations with all the resources that are at our disposal, with the clear intention of bringing those perpetrators to justice within the shortest period of time. We want to give the society the assurance that we will be providing on a continued basis the support not only to the prison officers, to all the citizens who are under attack by criminal elements. We will continue to work towards ensuring that Trinidad and Tobago continue to be a place of choice for all of us, but a place that can be safe for all of us to reside. Trinidad and Tobago Police Service commits itself to continued effort in the fight against crime. We do, in fact, have experience in Trinidad and Tobago. I always say there is almost like a paradox. Lower levels of serious crime than compared in the past, but high levels of violent crimes. And that's the big challenge, and it's something which we continue to work towards addressing in Trinidad and Tobago, the issue of the violent crimes, especially the firearm violence. So I want to give the media the assurance all effort is being placed on the investigation of every matter relating to complaints brought to our attention by prison officers, whether it be threat or it be any type of attack. We treat all seriously. Thank you very much.
Alexander Brazil from Trinidad Express. Mr. Williams, there's just a quick update in regard to, you made a very vague mention of prison officers being under attack without giving a specific number in recent times, and you also made a very vague mention of investigations ongoing, and the police service has committed itself to resolving them. I just wanted an update on Mr. Sandy's investigation specifically and Mr. Gardner's investigation, knowing that the last update I had was that there were persons detained, but I haven't heard anything since then in relation to that incident, especially given the funeral is Wednesday.
The persons who have been detained in Mr. Gardner's investigation have been released, but that investigation continues.
By chance, we have the specific number of prison officers who have been attacked in recent times.
Well, when I spoke about the attacks, there have been 3 distinct attacks, 2 resulting in murders, and you just identified the 2 murders. And there is a 3rd attack which occurred Friday night at San Grande, where a prison officer was shot at.
The reason I'm asking, because I know there was a 4th incident, but I do not believe it was connected at the time. The investigators have said they believe that prison officers just in the area, in Carnage or Cookery, and he was also shot at. That's the reason I'm asking if there was a specific number of incidents that the police service is looking into.
Well,
Because those are just the ones that the public, well, the media is aware of. We don't even know if there may be more.
No, the police service is looking at, as I shared with you, every single attack and every single report of threat. We have several reports of threat for which has been brought to our attention by prison officers. So we're looking at every single report.
We want to thank you, members of the media, for attending today's special joint press briefing with the Commissioner of Police, Mr. Stephen Williams, and the Commissioner of Prisons, Mr. William Alexander. We thank you sincerely. I look forward to seeing you again in your large numbers on Wednesday at the scheduled weekly media briefing. Have a good day.
Thank you.